Greetings, YouTube, and we're here at the Winnipeg Regionals with
Evan Kupchak.
And what'd you do?
I got second place at the Winnipeg Regionals with everyone's favorite deck, Mystic Mindburn.
Do you feel proud of yourself, sir?
I feel proud because it's my first top, and yeah, I'm just super happy that I got the top.
All right, let's see what you
Not even a real top.
Alright, so starting off, just the normal tokens. Thank you, Nord, for this one. Got me all the way there with your spirit. And also just a consignment card. I should have played this in my extra, but I never did. It's Master of Oz Alti. Just a little bit of a big flex. Let's get into the main deck. So first of all, I'm playing 3 Lilith. It's basically a standard card. It tributes itself and you get traps out of the deck. Just good consistency card. Only good normal summon monster. 3 Pot of Extravagance. Thank you to Cobb for lending these to me. They really came in clutch and helped me draw.
I sponsored your top.
3 Demise. 3 Duality. 3 Demise of the Land. A lot of people didn't know about this card and that you can't ash it. It's a super really good card. Basically, whenever your opponent special summons a monster, you chain it and you get a Mystic Mine out of the deck and activate it. Super anti-cool. And then everyone's favorite card this format, 3 Mystic Mine. Go figure. So this card is a Threatening Roar, and it's a skill drain if they control more monsters than me. So yeah, you basically, the idea of this is to set up Mystic Mine and not let your opponent play Yu-Gi-Oh! And then how we win with the deck is we're playing 3 Wave Motion Cannons. And it's just a stall variant, you just sit on Wave Motion Cannons, and then you're playing the most spicy card ever, Goddess Skald's Oracle.
How many people didn't know what that did today?
So 6 out of my 7 matches, no one knew what Goddess did. The main way you win with the deck is you set up a Skald on the field and you keep stacking their deck and putting all the Twin Twisters down below. Then you activate as many Wave Motion Cannons as you want, and you have Mystic Mine on board, and it's basically just game whenever you set this up. And usually you're going to draw into bribes and everything else. But yeah, it's super fun to do this to people, and a lot of people are salty, and I apologize to them.
No, you're not.
For traps, 3 Metaverse. This gets you the field spell.
How many times did it get it ashed?
About 2 times.
Okay.
So not overly ashing. A lot of my ashes went to my extravagances, but everyone just shotgunned it. They're like, I'm like extravagance, and they're like ash, and I'm like, hey, banish 3. So yeah, people need to wait and let me choose my banish before they do that. Just FYI, 3 dark bribes.
How good was this for you?
This was insane. I hit so many. This was my MVP by far for the day. Just negating Twin Twisters and having them drawn and nothing all the time, and just stopping like Cosmic Cyclones. It was just insane. This card, so many people got frustrated against it. 3 Geometrio, I did not like this at all. It was good going first if they did nothing, but 90% of the time, I played against a lot of Orcus that always like kind of play. No one just kind of sat there. So I sided this out, always going second just because it's kind of dead. And going first, I sided out for other cards a lot of the time. You just have to play it because game 1, if you do get into those matchups where they do nothing, you just need to flip it. 3 Unending Nightmare, I was not going to lose to the Mirror, so I put 3 of this in the deck. Also, I did a lot of playtesting and this deck kind of auto loses to Draco, so 3 Unending Nightmare is really key. I actually, to be honest, never used it at all this regionals, and yeah, I decided it out most of the time. And then for my 1-ofs, 1 Balance of Judgment, this card is insane. I drew like 7 off of it, 5 off of it, 4 off of it. It's just insane. Solemn Judgment, MVP, stopping back row. Never used this ever. Trap Trick. I used this like a couple times just to start like trios and stuff, but it wasn't really that good, and I think a lot of lists could actually cut it. And then 1 Secret Blast, irrelevant, never really came up, sided out most of the time. Side deck, 3 Twin Twisters. I don't like losing to Orcus Crescendo. I don't like losing to Salomon Great Rage. I don't like playing the mirror match, so this is good. Also, you can pop multi-roll and other things if I was to play against strikers, so they can't pop the Ojama tokens. And then the cool thing was, for going second to Terraforming, it gets me the field spell. A lot of people would just totally forget that they can ash this, and they'd always be like holding it off for extravagance. They'll negate, like for a lot of hands I drew like a Terraforming and the mine, and they'd negate the first, and they negate the first mine, and then you just Terraforming for a second mine. So this just allowed me to play going second. And also the other reason why I played that is because I was running 1 Light Stage, 1 Candina. This is so you win the mirror match. Basically you just sit on a Candina with this and you just kind of burn them out while they use spells and everything. And then for other monsters, I had 2 Kaijus. Never came up at all. They're just if an opponent plays like a Danko deck, you could side them in and out the Danko. Or Salaman, great, you could also hit their Link monster. 3 Lancea. I sided this in a lot against Orcust, never saw it, can't comment. Dana played Thunder Dragons and then he got Lanced a lot. He didn't have fun, so it certainly is a power side card and I would definitely play it in every deck. And then 2 Starlight Road and 1 Warning.
So how often did the road resolve?
Every time I had it, my opponent Typhooned me, which cannot be activated in response to Typhoon. And everyone seemed to know about this card because everyone was Twin Twistering for 1 as I got up the higher places, and never sided this in because I only played against 1 Thunder Dragon and I just kind of YOLO'd it there. And then for the extra deck, which I use so much in this deck, and by so much you just banish everything for cards. 1 Mermaid, 3 Link Spider, that's for the mirror, so you can tribute them out for Link Spiders, so you don't take burn. 2 Missus Radiant, Phoenix, Cerberus, Ningrissu, Unicorn, Trisbania. Oh, I'm balling on a budget this regional, so I'm playing the Gubby Borreload Dragon, 1 Boral Sword, and 2 Stardust Dragons. And that was the profile.
I'm shaking my head so much at that. All right, so how was it for you at all?
This deck was insane. It basically auto wins versus Orcust. I think it's got one of the best matchups against Orcust, and a lot of the field here is Orcust. I played, let's see, I played against 2 Salad Man Great. I went 1 and 2 against the guy that got first place. I should have won game 2, but all my wave motion cannons are on the bottom. We went 20 turns and I never saw wave motion. And he's gonna get his Twin Twister after 20 turns, no matter how much I stack his deck. And then there was another Salaman Great player. I won 2-1. I beat Thunder Dragon 2-0. I beat basically every Orcust player 2-0. And that was all I played against, was a bunch of Orcusts, 1 Thunder Dragon, and 2 Salaman Great players.
And the other question is, would you play this again?
For a competitive environment, yes. If I'm playing locally or against friends, no. The deck is not very fun to play. Like for me, you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh's always been about you making your opponent not play Yu-Gi-Oh! And this deck does it best with Mystic Mine. So for a competitive standpoint, I think Mine is an insane card and it should probably be emergency banned just due to how strong it is and how it prevents your opponent from really doing anything until they draw it out. Overall, if you want to do well at competitive environments, I'd totally pick up the Mine deck, and I think Mine Striker is also a good deck.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good one.